Welcome to Ravenfield, a tactical military shooter featuring squad tactics and large-scale military action. Today we will be playing as part of the great and mighty Eagle Army, tasked with conquering the battlefield and destroying the Evil Reds.
我在北京.
To do this we will employ many different tactics, some unethical, some questionable, and some just downright nasty. Today we'll be looking at the two main game modes, instant action and in Conquest. The goal is to take our little army and expand it across the entirety of the board like the military mogul that we are. To do this, we need to capture new territories, defend captured territories, and manage our economy. There are two currencies that we need to keep track of. There's tech, which allows us to unlock new guns and vehicles through knowledge, and gold, which through our leveraging of the military-industrial complex allows us to recruit new soldiers to fight for the noble Eagle Army. We begin in this tiny little corner, and after getting resupply from the tech tree and reinforcing our army, we capture rafts and tunnel. Now I'm gonna be honest, this map is pretty bad. Not only is the map basically a single choke point, but the devs also thought it would be funny to give the AI the point right next to it, meaning that it can infinitely attack it over and over and over. And so, after I end my turn, the AI attacks tunnels 2 to 1. Now on any other map, this would be an automatic loss, but luckily the map is played on the skirmish game mode. In skirmish, the goal is to kill the enemy team. Okay, so more specifically, there are no respawns, which means if you kill the enemy team before they kill you, you win. This, on top of the map being a literal choke point, means that if you are enough of a gamer, you can clutch any situation. Luckily, I am one. Okay, so after a massive dub on tunnels, we arrive in the afternoon of day 1. From here I began expanding my reach by capturing the nearby town of Coastline and the upper snowy temple, reinforcing tunnels and some other areas. Basically at this point I was hoping that the AI would take Dustful, and from there I could launch a counter-offensive and push the AI out of the northern half of the map. This was bad. Not only is the map played on the battle game mode, which in simple terms requires holding the majority of the points around the map until the enemy team runs out of respawns, but the match is also on Coastline, which is a 3-lane map. So even if I clutch hard and manage to hold onto one lane, I still have to rely on the bots to hold the others. You know, honestly, at this point, I might as well just restart. Okay, so a quick sit rep. I'm basically back at square one, and the Raven forces are at the door. Realistically, I have two options. I can either try and play it smart by supporting my flanking troops while preparing for a last stand, or I can unleash my inner goblin and throw every single troop I have into tunnels. Well, as our great president Joe Biden once said,
if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
Alright, now I just gotta end my turn and...
Wait, SpongeBob! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
It didn't work.
Gentlemen, I have a confession. Real quick, I just want you to take everything that you just seen and throw it in the trash. Absolutely nobody plays this game for Conquest. Because it's not always about the gameplay, Spider-Man. It's about the mods, baby, let's go! Okay, seriously though, this game has a ton of mods on the Steam Workshop. I'm sure you've had the question of, this looks cool, but why wouldn't I just play Battlefield? This is one. Also this. There's also a ton of different levels of modding you can go through. You know, you can just add some light touch-ups, maybe improve the models, the weather, add new weapons, you get the gist. Some of my favorites includes Vanilla Plus, which updates the vehicle and player models and adds a couple of guns that mesh pretty well with the vanilla game. There's also the Altiris packs, which turns the game into an alternate reality World War II sim. These include all new weapons, vehicles, tools, and maps to mess around on. Honestly, the best of these is probably Tragan, but the rest are still pretty fun. Speaking of maps, I want to talk about these. They're all made by this guy on the Steam Workshop, and while they're not always the most balanced, their art style definitely makes up for it. Like, just compare this remake of Island to the original one. There's even a mod for multiplayer. The mod honestly can't compete with BattleBit. It's still great for some modded multiplayer fun. Honestly, this game is like a love child between Garry's mod and Battlefield. If you have an idea, there's probably a workshop mod for it. Alright, for real though, here's some quick mods. First up is the Timefall Movement Mutator, which gives you the insane movement from Timefall. There's a rocket jumping mod where you can just fly all around the map.
If God had wanted you to live, he would not have created me!
There's also ports of all the classic COD maps, Metal Gear, a bomb drone, this one, Legos, the ability to read. You can also create custom game modes. One of my favorites is the zombie mode. Just pick a good map, these mods set the game settings like so, and bam. It's no Left 4 Dead, but mowing down 300 zombies that are running at you is still pretty fun. Okay, so while I was editing this video, the first update in a little over a year came out. It added a bunch of little bug fixes, AI and modding changes, support for custom game modes, and a new HUD. But the main part is the first of many story missions that will form a single player campaign. In this mission, you play as the leader of Talon, a very serious Spec Ops team tasked with infiltrating the Raven Citadel. Brought in by boat, Talon makes its way toward the back of the base and infiltrates through a nearby village. Your squad then infiltrates the lower levels of the base, taking out the guards before riding an elevator up to the surface. The goal? Take out the Raven airstrip so that the main Eagle army can invade. As Talon blows up the landing strip, we switch to a squad leader on the ground as we begin our assault. We slowly take the bunkers surrounding the enemy citadel before crashing into their base, taking no prisoners. However, we find no signs of Talon anywhere. Looking around and with no communication from command, we have no other choice but to go in and breach the front door. Okay, look, I know that isn't too much, but honestly, this mission is pretty fun. And if the dev adds more missions of this quality, includes some new lore, and stretches the campaign out to a couple hours, it might just be worth getting the game for by itself. And that's Ravenfield. I know BattleBit Remastered is taking the spotlight as the Battlefield experience right now. But if you like messing around in GMOD sandbox with ton of mods, or just like a good Battlefield experience, then it's pretty fun. And with that, gentlemen, I leave you with the mission. If you still aren't willing to get the game on Steam yet, go and try out this old beta of the game on itch.io. While it's a little bit buggy and a little bit clunky, it's still a pretty good demo of the base vanilla experience, and it'll give you a good taste of the Ravenfield. As for the rest of you, go get the full game on Steam. This game has been worked on by a single dev for 7 years now, so help them out. Besides, the Eagle Army always needs more soldiers, and these war crimes won't commit themselves.